Hey everyone, it's PJ bringing you this week's positive attitude and revealing the new book that actually, it's my old book, but I gave it a new name because I thought this would be a little bit more accessible to people. It's Are You Happy Now? Part of the reason I renamed it is just because I wanted a title that was explicative of what's inside. And the subtitle is Shifting Your Life from Crappy to Happy. And it may not be your whole life that's crappy. It might just be a certain situation, might be a mood, might be just a single day. But the whole point is tools and tips and tricks for how to very quickly turn your day around, turn your life around, achieve some of your goals. And so I'm very, 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 very excited to have this new rollout. So today's attitude is be creative. And it starts with a quote by George Bernard Shaw that says, "You see things and say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say, why not?" And I chose that quote because it really captures the idea of being creative. And I don't have to explain that very much again, because with all the Corona stuff going on, we're having to be very creative with how we change our lifestyles, how we spend our time and our attention and focus, how we shake things up to keep things interesting rather than climbing the walls, because a lot of us are getting cabin fever. And so we're having to be very creative to figure out how to deal with this different type of lifestyle than we're used to. So it's easy when creativity just flows. Sometimes we have brilliant thoughts, and here's the thing about creativity is that everybody has a bit of genius in them. A lot of times we think of, well, I'm not creative because I don't do music or I don't do painting. Well, you don't have to be a super genius, writing symphonies and that kind of thing to be creative. A lot of times creativity is just the little things that we do each day. And sometimes if we're not feeling inspired, then it's good to just practice being creative. Think of something to shake things up. And as we shake things up on a conscious level, rather than waiting for some inspiration to strike, we can actually keep our lives interesting, keep shaking things up, and keep life enlivened for ourselves by being creative. And so for this week, I'm just going to encourage you to be creative. I'd actually like to ask you what you're doing to shake things up and add some creativity or some spice to life. Because rather than waiting for some big thing to happen, we're all kind of understanding we need to do a lot of little things each day to keep it interesting. So I'd love to hear what you're doing to keep things creative and share the love. So that's the thought for this week, and I'll keep rolling out some memes, maybe some other videos if some inspiration hits, or I just decide to get creative. And here's to your happiness, and I'll talk to you soon.